Hi, I'm Aniela Amio. I'm a Pilates and yoga teacher here at the Orthopaedic Therapy Clinic, and I want to talk to you about the Healthy Back online exercise course that we're going to be offering here. It's going to run for 6 weeks, and in that we're going to be doing 30-minute sessions where we're going to do some exercises that you've probably seen prescribed by your therapist already, but we're going to be breaking them down to find your correct alignment, whether that's a neutral posture, a flexion or extension bias, and how to get the right muscles working, what you should be feeling, not feeling, and what to do if you have some pain. So we're going to make sure that we cover all of this weekly, but it's also going to be a progression. So if you start with me in the beginning, by the end, hopefully you're going to be able to learn a lot about your body, a lot about your own posture, and start to feel a little bit stronger. For our 6 weeks of classes, all you'll need is a pillow or a towel, a stool or a chair, and you may or may not use any of these props, but they're to help you modify and adapt what we're doing to suit your body and your needs. Now, we're going to be doing all of our exercises in a neutral position, and I will show you that when we're doing our course, but then we can actually modify these things for your body. If you need a little bit more flexion and extension, we're going to be talking about that as we go on and as we learn together. And we are going to be doing these classes on Zoom, so if you feel comfortable having your camera on, I'm happy to look at what you're doing and see how we might be able to adapt that for your body, especially if you're feeling any pain. So what should you expect from each of our exercise sessions? So I'm going to start by showing you an exercise, the technique you're going to be using, and get you going. Then I'm going to start to talk about some of the muscles that you want to feel working and things that you don't want to feel, common things that go wrong for people and that I hear people coming back to us with. Then I'm going to look at you and talk to you about what kind of pain you might be experiencing or how you might need to change the exercise for you. Some people need to move more into a flexion bias or an extension bias, and we're going to cover some modifications, maybe use a pillow or a towel to help you with that, but you can always stop, look at what I'm doing, and ask for assistance as we go on. So I'm going to show you one of the common abdominal exercises that we're going to be doing in our classes, and we use this one as a starting position to add on to or to regress and take away movement as we're going through our program. So how we usually start is like this. You're going to be down in your neutral position. You're going to make sure you're touching your hips and ribs so that you can maintain your stability, and you're going to start lifting one leg up over your hip and bringing it back down, and alternating to your other leg, bringing it up and back down. Nice, and you're going to continue like this as long as it's feeling good for you. And what you're looking to feel is your transverse abdominis, or your deep abdominal muscles, hollowing, sinking, or narrowing down as you're lifting and lowering your leg. And this muscle is a stabilizer, so you want to make sure that you're feeling no movement in your pelvis, spine, or ribs. Great. If you're having pain here, or if you need to be in a flexion position, you're going to be pulling your hips to your ribs and making sure that your pubic bone is scooped up to the ceiling. And if you need to be in extension here, you're going to be dropping your tail down to the mat and making sure you have space for a hand or even a rolled up towel underneath you as you're doing these exercises. Nice. Things that might go wrong here is holding tension in your neck, back, or shoulders, so you might need to move slower, or you might need to exhale and move. Inhale as you come back down. Exhale, feel for that sinking, hollowing before you move, and inhale, come back down. I'm always going to come back to a neutral position as I'm doing these exercises, and I'm going to keep talking about the different things you should feel and should not feel, reminding you of the muscles and giving you different ways that you might think of activating the muscles, different tools and tricks and tips that you might use. And then of course, as we continue the class, if you need any assistance, you can always let me know. And at the end of the 30-minute session, we're going to have 10 minutes of discussion. If you want to stick around, that's where we can get into more detail, we can ask more questions, and we can make sure that you're leaving feeling like you have a firm grasp on where we're building to next. I hope this gives you some clarity as to what we're going to be doing each week in our sessions and how our course is going to be run. We are only accepting 10 people and registration's now open, so if you do have any questions or if you wanted to register, reach out to our front desk and they'd be happy to help you, and I really hope to see you on Thursday nights.